Cruising down the street in my six. What to do? Say, I love my mommy and my daddy. Can you say that?
Welcome back to Soulful Academics, where I teach you guys how to budget, save, and invest. Go to Soulful Academics, start your free budget today. We got a special guest. We got my wife with me in the video. And today we're going to be reacting to people's financial investments on Reddit. So y'all can get straight into the video. Let's not get too less into it. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe if you're already watching right now. And make sure that you sub if you're new. Let's get straight into the video. Man, your boy been putting in that work. Look at my account.
That's your account?
Yeah, I was really putting in some key plays this month.
Wait, 107,000?
Yeah, you know how you be talking about I be putting all my money in this.
Wait,
now,
no, like
up?
seriously. Your account was 100,000.
Seriously. I'm up. You see that right there? 107K past week.
Are we moving?
Where we moving?
We're
Where?
about to move.
We're not moving
We're
anywhere.
ready to start packing.
Whoa, calm down there. Calm down there. Calm down there.
What?
I still got student loans.
I can't say what I want to say.
We're gonna talk about this.
No, that. Let me see that. Let's take your account.
Oh, hey, what are you doing? Chill, babe. Chill.
They be scamming. You know, people that teach about stocks, they be scamming. He's scamming.
That's my account. I gotta
Wall
manifest
Street
it. Okay, this guy right here is named Pain and Agony. Wow, that's a really tough name already. I can already tell, bro. He already has behind the tail like a bad story already, cause his name. Yeah, this about based off your name. Your name is important because you know whenever you got a rap name like Pop Smoke, how he get past Juice World, he passed from Juice. Your name really identify you. So let's get into Pagan Agony's story. Mentally tired of trading. I tried for 4 years. Nothing works. I feel you, bro. I'm a trader myself for 5 years. I had my ups and downs, but I'm going to tell you, Pain and Agony, no matter what the pain and agony, don't give up. Brief backstory here is I had some money on the side to use for investing, saved it for paychecks and tax returns, so this is an emergency money. Off the rip, I'm already knowing, dude, you was trying to make some money, even though this money, you sound like you didn't want to use it.
So he's using his last little money. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly. He's investing with his spare change that he comes up off, birthday money, emergencies, taxes. So let's see what he did. My contracts are mostly 1 to 3 DTE, sometimes 0. I don't know what that DTE. What does down DTE mean? Down to earth? I don't know. Okay, let's go. I tried every strategy and trading rule for 4 years, from EMAs, VWAP, MACD, which is a bunch of indicator BS you don't need. For these 2 years, constant losses, some slight wins, because he won some. That's what made him keep going. Okay.
Right.
I followed the trend, then the market goes the opposite way. Oh man, I feel you, my bro. Market is really volatile, so you always want to have a plan B. There would be times where I would have to sell at a loss. Then the market just jumps up to pump either direction minutes after. Oh, boy, this is my biggest pet peeve about the market. You sold too early. Next thing you know, the next 5 minutes, the candlestick closed, and now you're up about 10% previously to where you closed the position. So this is why I say patience. Sometimes it's just the best time to lose because the market's gonna do its thing, and you're just having fear of losing money. So that's why I say, guys, do not trade on if you fear of losing money or making money, because you gotta throw your emotion out of the market. So whenever you do this, because off the rip, I'm already knowing what bro is going on to, that he's trading on things that he could have waited a second for, and he's gonna be winning, but his fear of losing money or his constant losses are getting up to his consciousness and really getting him out of his playfield. And that's what happens whenever you lose so much. You start to lose confidence in the markets. I've been here, my brother. Let's keep on going. Okay.
Wait. So he lost $8,000.
So far, yes. From what we see in the screenshot right here, he's down $8,000. And he really started with, it said about 10,000. He pretty much invested in there since 2021. So that's pretty much a big loss. But let's continue how he got into this loss. It's just never ending. I tried everything in ways of risk management, taking breaks, changing my trading psychology, risk, stop loss, and everything. I'll have profitable months, and then the next month I'll just come on crashing down. It sounds like this is risk management. You say it's not risk management, but it is risk management just because you haven't really calculated how much you need to be investing that month in order to lose and you still be able to trade the next month. Right here, this is right here is risk management. You got to be able to be accountable of where the mistake is and really identify it. Because it's not that you're really the numbers thing right now. This is a psychology and risk management thing because you're trading about with $10,000 and the next month you're investing and trading with that $10,000 again. If you go back to zero, it's because how much you were willing to lose that in that trade and willing to lose that month. Everything is business, okay? So if a business has about $100,000 profit margin, that means that no matter how much rent was due for that month or how much expenses or liabilities that company has, they gotta be able to make sure they have liquidity in that $100,000 to be fall back on if all things the business comes up, bankruptcy comes ahead. So they always consider risk. Your risk management is the number one thing. This is a risk management problem so far that we're reading. I'll have profitable months, then next month I'll come crashing down like we said. I will just feel so pity. Nothing, knowing that my losses will outweigh my wins, regardless of how much I'll make, it'll go falling into giving back to the poopy market. I've been trading for 4 years, never seen this go green even once. I'm just burnt out. I never felt this much disappointment. Looking back, seeing 4 years gone to waste, I'm tired of it. I'm pretty sure I gained PTSD in these markets, seeing candlesticks either dump or explode in the opposite direction, then seeing how much I lost from it. I'm truly annoyed. It's messed up the way I execute a trade, and it's messed up my visual perspective of the markets. So far what we read, babe, what would you give this guy as a trader, probably as a father, or person that works a 9-to-5 job? What would you give him advice? It's even as a human being, because having this emotion is kind of a lot of emotion to feel like going down every day, you know? So, like, what would you give him some type of advice?
I don't have no advice for him.
You don't have any advice for him? So if somebody feels like this, would you continue to tell them, like, keep doing it? Because, like, that's...
Keep losing $8,000.
Exactly. So how would you feel about this?
I would tell him to look for a different profession.
Different profession. So you're telling him to give up. Okay.
I'm going to tell him not to put his all in anymore.
Yeah.
Only put in a percentage. Like,
Okay.
I wish you...
So tell him to only put a percentage that he's willing to lose.
Yeah.
So this doesn't feel like it's a...
What do you say? Saving?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Exactly. Okay. So since this is trading and only 70% traders always lose money, most of the time traders that do invest there are going to lose a lot of money. So if you come in this already knowing this, you shouldn't want to put in 100% of your trades in options or stocks. You buying and selling in a day, whatever strategy that we call it nowadays of making easy money. So this is the advice I'm going to give you, Pain and Agony. You're on the right track, bro. You've been doing this for 4 years. I wouldn't say give up yet. I say give it another 4 years, because 4 years is whenever someone learns in college. That's basic training for them to get the experience they want to know, and they invest that. So this is your investment to the market, which is $8,736. And to me, my brother, that's not much of a loss compared to what I've seen and what I experienced. And this is only what you invested to learn this skill. So you got to keep going and don't give up, just because there is more pain and agony in this. But until you know and you take accountability where this pain and agony is coming from, and decision that we're making in behaviors or investment decisions or not considering risk, then that's when this pain and agony goes into reaping what we sow. So what I recommend you do, pain and agony, is go back into the gym and really look at where you're going wrong, and whenever this emotion comes in of you losing money, and really think your strategy, tweak it a little bit. Like I said, people that invest in trading markets are guaranteed to lose money, and only if you do make money. Whenever you do make money, what are you doing that? Are you thinking more long term, or are you thinking about, okay, I need to go ahead and make another 10K next week? So I'm already thinking about my war, not thinking about the risk of how I just make this money, because I risked this amount of money to make this amount of money. And I'm jumping in thinking about reward from the straight on now just because I made a lot of money. So we really got to change the way we think and think more long term. 80% long term is what I tell people whenever it comes to investing anything with a brokerage account or stock market, crypto. 80% where you can buy shares in its own on your time. You're not forced to sell it based off expiration. There's less risk in it. I mean, the market's still volatile. That's why you can always change it up, buy some ETFs. You can buy some mutual funds, but I always think 80% long term, 20%. Maybe you can trade. You can play with 20% of what, $8,700. Maybe I would play with about $870 of options on that. Maybe even a month, because you got to think about if you are trading 20%. That's only 20% you able to lose right there, and you can't, like, you're gonna have to either reimburse that 20% you lost, or continue finding a way that you can get another return off that somewhere else, because you can't go ahead and play with that 80% of long term again, because you lost 20% because you decide to put your hand on it though or trade it. And that's why I tell people in trades, if they continue losing 20% of the long term investments, they're gonna have to find a way to reimburse that fund and put it in so they can continue investing that and being able to do 80 or 10, 80 on 20, 80 10 by 10. And this is a percentage of way that you have 100% portfolio. You got 80% that's stuck in long term. That's 10% you able to trade for the month, and then that's 10% of you having in your brokerage account if you see a huge crash like we seen in the stock market. S&P 500, NASDAQ fall between 30% this week with Trump and tariffs. So that's why I tell people to always have cash in their account. One day they might wake up, they see the market crash 30%, and anything you buy off the guaranteed right then and there, you're always gonna see a huge rebound. That's how we see in the next week. Those S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ rebounded to have the best week of the stock market since 2008. So every time we see the worst of something, is always a good time. We're prepared for that with our brokerage account, having 10% capital, being able to invest during bad days like a crash like we've seen. And that's why I tell people, always have a way that you are having a strategy to protect your capital. And Pain Agony, I give you the most best and most wishes going ahead of this, and you hoping, you praying for you going and making these financial decisions, because we do come across losses. It's good not to sit on this part of life. I mean, we spent $8,700 on a vehicle. We spent $8,700 in our bank account. It's just money, bro. Don't go ahead and beat yourself up, because you have potential, brother. Don't give up on yourself. This is just a mistake that we did. That's we call stupid nowadays. Dave Ramsey, he just calls it a stupid money decision. We all make it. So don't beat yourself about it. I mean, we're still learning. I'm learning. You're learning. And it's best to learn from yourself. Study yourself like a book, my brother. Let's get on to the next person. Next we got Thumposaurus. Thumposaurus posted this on WallStreetBets 4 days ago. And this is a loss. It looks like, as we see in the diagram, we see investing account, which he lost $43,790.
How much?
$43,790.
No.
And he's down 75%.
Get out of town. Get out of town.
This right here sounds like a whole 401k, maybe off investment in some information technology degree, bachelor's, or maybe a down payment on a house. Probably about 2 new vehicles. What you think? How much? What would this be? What kind of payment would you do this at one time? Like, if you had $43,000, what kind of payment would you do with this?
What do you mean?
What would that money go for? Yeah, if you had $43,000 sent to you right now, because another person decided to trade it.
I'm gonna get a car.
Gonna get a car?
Nice little whip.
That's some good options right there. So let's look at the loss. He said, I bought all this stuff at yesterday's highs, didn't sell this morning. So it looked like he was over holding something that he needed. He overlooked his stay, basically, because the markets does change like that. You know, people who like to put puts on the markets, they like to really go into it. Like, they get freaking so overindulged into like the market crashing. So people get euphoria of the market crashing. That's what I call like the bears.
That right there.
Yeah. So they're willing to like keep short in the market. It's gonna go down and plummet like the biggest stock market crash we've seen.
Somebody needs to check on Thumposaurus.
Yeah.
Thumposaurus, are you okay?
Seriously, somebody giving him first aid band-aid.
A picture on his thing. What is it?
Oh yeah, he posted another picture. This is the reason why he lost that much money. So he bought SPY puts. Like I said, people like to really overindulge in betting the market's gonna go down just because it's a trend whenever it happens, and they do make some good returns. You can't overstay your welcome, you know, because You can do it for a certain amount of time, but the markets are quick to rebound. So once the markets are crashing like that, people will buy it to push the stock back up. Yeah, it's a very risky thing to do shorts, but like people say on Reddit, they scared money don't make money. That's how they think. You only live once on Reddit.
Don't lose money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let them know. So I end up buying all this, and the market just hit him with a lot of money tremendously. I'm never recovering from this, especially with everything about to be much more expensive. Wow, my buddy, that's great accountability that you said at the end. I like how you said I'm never recovering from this, especially with everything about to be more expensive. I don't like how you said never though, because you could recover from this, and maybe it starts off you not actually investing and overindulging with these spy puts next time. Maybe that too. Maybe just really wait for the next one till you see more bears are pulling the price down in the market. Or maybe there's more fundamentals that are coming in that's guaranteed the markets will be coming down. Then buying about a whole bunch of spy puts and really getting as much as you can with the capital that's in your account. And really dissecting on where the percentage of your account is going. And not really buying too much options, because options is the biggest way for you to get this type of pain and experience with this loss. I mean, he put "kill me" inside of his caption. That's not something. It's not a good feeling for anybody. I wouldn't wish on anybody, because I've been here. I didn't buy a lot. I've been here, really, my brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been not 43, not 43 in one day. That's a big pain. But I definitely been here where I bought a lot of options, and that's because I was so confident being in a certain direction. And this is where pride kicks us as being an investor or trader, because this pride right here had this guy thinking that he's gonna get a 43,000 off this move right here and double what he put in, and ended up just getting it taken away because he had that amount to risk, and he had the strategy that he thought happened, but didn't have a plan B, which is sound like he could have sold early before the market really went that direction. And it just happens. It just happens so fast. You would have thought that maybe I should have had a plan B before I entered this. And that sometimes helps us with us practicing this. Okay, I'm able to risk this today, and I can't go over that and having that discipline. Thumposaurus, this is a mistake that traders make with really betting most of their account on simple days like this with the market going down. And it's not something you want to really do too much as a short trader. You want to just see, okay, I follow the trend for a second, and you want to hop out real quick. And once you made, I'm sure this person made a lot of money at first with shorts, but like I said, they like to overindulge, and overindulge can hurt us in many parts of our lives, you know, with any type of addiction, any type of habit. So we don't ever want to overindulge in anything. Maybe you could have put in about 30,000 to 40,000 in long term and buying shares if you were really like patient enough, so you can get a growing account. Maybe not today, but that could be a new suggestion if you do profit from shorts, how you did, because you were doing great. I bet this person was doing great with the market going down, with the betting on squeezes, because Trump had tariffs. He had put these fear in different countries, which is pulling down these stock prices, and now we see stocks are actually back to where they should be at, what their worth is. Now he got too carried away. We see Trump saying that, okay, maybe he's gonna pause these tariffs for 90 days, and that's gonna push the stock price up. So really over betting on fundamentals that you're hearing, and that's because you see that the world works. There's information that can be announced quick, or a quick second in the market can happen, and we just don't want to overwhelm our state. But Thumposaurus, I know you can recover this. Like I said, maybe we can just try a different strategy next time of going about this, because I seen where it was at. I mean, the market could have kept pulling down, but that's just how this market is. We over fear. Every time we see the market over fear, we always see it bounce back. So we don't want to go too heavily involved on puts whenever we don't need to. Maybe the first start of people starting another trend is always gonna make the most money. People who come after are gonna lose because they missed the trend early. So it's good to catch the trend early. But you will bounce back from this Thumposaurus. I suggest that you create a budget, since you said that things are getting more expensive, and since this is a huge loss in the portfolio, I do suggest creating a budget to get back to the roots where you started, because the way you grew your account was phenomenal to get it.
Pray to the Lord, I drop to my knees. He is the way and he is the key. When I'm feeling low, I call out to me. For God of the world, 316. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Good versus evil, you gotta decipher. Put down the gun and get you a Bible. You got too much pride, you feel entitled. I started my life.